back down like smack down. Where's that remote at? I have to come back though to you and listen. And like I always hear, the brothers and sisters that be warning people, they use copyright, hold on. That be warning people that yes, we are the children of Israel. And as usual, that just flies over people's head. The first thing people will say is, well, that's not us. And you got some that fall into the line of, no, we're American. We're not none of that. We're up to bound, right? I'm like, okay, where you get that from? Then we got those that say, well, we pure African. Well, Israel is in Africa. The descendants of the children of Israel went into Africa. And there is kingdoms, and there are receipts. There are whole books about it. So yeah, we might have been over here for 500 years, but you come from somewhere. That doesn't negate that. And I'm one that would prefer rather get to the source, family. I'd rather get to the source of things and establish the foundation on truth. I don't care what everybody else is doing because what everybody else is doing is not what's instructed for me. Now, as far as a lot of our brothers and sisters that's into understanding that we are a chosen people, but choosing to go down these religious roads, that's not going to stand. I don't care how big a following they got going on, or how they package they they religion and sell it to the people. That stuff ain't gonna stand. The only thing that's gonna stand in the end is thus saith the Lord. Like right now, we in perilous times. The world is falling apart. People are right now they stuck um on these things flying in the air. Are they real? Or are they fake? I was just listening to a guy from India, and I just listened to him, and I'm like, wow. He like, you can't believe the Americans. They make up they be saying anything. They don't say anything. They make up anything. They be lying. And I'm like, wow, that's what he believed. Don't nobody do no research. That's like me, a so-called Negro, explaining to the average person that's deep and heavy. They might have a following that's heavy. Say they Christian or say they Islam. I tell them, well, we the Israelites of the Bible. We the Hebrews by bloodline and Israelite by nationality. The people God chose to serve his kingdom and gave a blood covenant to, gave the prophecies, and we need to repent and return back. They're gonna look at me like I'm crazy, family. Why? Because that's not the message that the that's not the consensus. The majority follow. That's not how they think. Why? Because they don't do their research. It's not that they can't know, but it's a wealth of information out there telling you so. But all you need is the Bible. I'm not saying go and worship this people because even the Hebrews don't understand. A lot of us don't understand. We think we're the only ones coming into the kingdom of Israel and not understanding. You hinder those. Now we talking about spiritual. But the fact of the matter, the bottom line is we are the people. And whether you accept it or forbear or not, that's between you and the Most High. But when I come on here, I'm gonna speak the truth and nothing but the truth. That's like when you read like the book of Psalms 83. Now I know we can't be Islam because Islam is who sold us, which is our brothers, and a lot of them they like to they speak on who. I ain't gonna get to dropping no names and none of that, but we know our own people was a part of the capturing and selling of our people. And what people ain't connecting is why they talking about the white man wrote the Bible, I wouldn't care if he did translate it. It's still talking about the nature and culture of your people. The words in this book are African in origin. Did you know that? Do you do it? Go do your DNA. I don't really promote that because then it's like you marking yourself. But then again, they already know who we are. But I guarantee you, if you do your DNA, it's gonna go back to West Africa or somewhere in Africa. Why is that? If you native to this land, okay. Even with your, that's like I hear him talking about the Maroons. The Maroons come from West Africa, family. They were a fighting people, a strong nation of people, but the Maroons come from West Africa. Yeah, I heard that before. I'm like, dude, why people and people just, oh no, they native to the foundation. No, no, the foundation go back to West Africa, and then that goes back to we know why the ancestors went through. We got the playbook, the same Bible that y'all denied. I believe the Maroons come from, hold on, one of the Ashanti tribes. Let's see, were African descendants who escaped slavery and established independent communities in the Americas, particularly in the Caribbean and Brazil. Okay, these are the descendants of Africa. So I know they're African people. Hmm. Okay, Ghana, Nigeria, and Central Africa. The Akan, I was gonna say that too. I ain't want to say the Ashanti, Yoruba, Igbo, and the Bebo peoples. By the 18th century, Jamaica had become one of the most valuable British colonies. Mm. So it's all a matter of doing your own due diligence. Because if you say a thing, then be able to prove that thing. Don't get caught up in the glitz and glamour because people know how to decorate shit and make shit look good. If I had uh, a nice amount of followers and I had a product to offer you where it was generating cash flow, on a daily where I'm making thousands, where I can call in and have webinars, sharing this information, valuable information that's going to allow you to plant your flag, start your business, so you can free yourself and break that generational curse. That's biblical, family. It's not by coincidence that a whole nation of people are in the situation where you find them. Yes, we are blessed. We are highly blessed and favored. Highly blessed, highly favored, and blessed and favored people. Highly blessed and favored people. Yes, we are highly blessed and favored people. People of the book. And you have to put it in context. It's not going to work no other way. Now, let me go into what I was saying, like books of Psalms 83. So, when it comes to when I hear people talking about that Islam connection, no, bro, that's your thing, but that thing was not good for our people. Islam is not our tribe, not the so called Negroes that were scattered into the four corners of the earth. Your tribe is Judah. Your root is Hebrew. Your nationality is Israelite. Psalms 82, no, Psalms 83. A song or a psalm of Asaph. Keep not thy silence, O Elohim. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God. And that we don't get it, it's like You rejecting truth, you rejecting the Most High. What can He do for you? How He gonna move for you? Like when you pray and you say things don't happen. Well, if you're not locked in, how are they supposed to happen? You have to be locked into that relationship. You can't wait till things happen and then decide to call on the Most High. The book is right there. Open the book. Like you watching all this stuff on TV or getting involved in whatever you got going on. You can pull forth energy, the same energy to tap in the book to see what your creator is saying. Verse 2. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult. They that hate thee have lifted up the hand. And it's good for us to notice and bring this forth for understanding purposes so we can grow and so we can overcome what happened in the past. You talking about don't keep talking about it. Like Sis said, don't Steven Spielberg make a movie about them every other year? So don't tell me no nothing about we shouldn't be going back into the past. It's the same government that passed the laws of 1865. It's the same one right here, 1863, for Emancipation Proclamation, bringing you out of slavery. Don't get it twisted. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted, verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites. There go Islam and Moab and of the Hagarenes. Hagarenes are the Egyptian people. That was Abraham's wife. Ishmael is the son that came out of that. Gabal and Ammon and Amalek. Amalek is the son of Edom too. The Philistines are sons of Egypt. So you got Ham and Shem in there with the inhabitants of Tyre, son of uh, Egypt. Ashur, Shemite, also is joined with them. Kinfolks, Edom, Ishmael, Moab. These are Shemitic people. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. But as far as your Islam, there you go right there. Ishmael, Moab, there you go, family. So we know they had a hand, our own people had a hand in the destruction of our own nation. And then ultimately it was us and breaking the covenant we had with the Most High by following these nations and these nations' gods, which are idols. They are nothing to him. Our God is real, he's alive. And the more you get in tune, the more he will reveal his word to you. And we're gonna leave it there, family. But ain't no all in religion. Islam, no, that's not your tribe. Christianity, no, that's not the black man's tribe. Your tribe is Judah and Israel. That you need to understand. And that's what's gonna help us to balance things. That's what brings balance, family. Truth. The most high is truth. If you don't believe what I'm saying, pray and ask him. And it's written that you may know. Yeah, you were scattered. And the only place I could see that story or a story of redemption or that story happening to a people. Not just Deuteronomy 28:68. You got Deuteronomy 28, like 45, where he tell you these blessings and these curses. Rather, these curses shall overcome thee and overtake thee. Don't your people live in that type of state? Wherever you find us, you're not in control. You got to buy everything you need. You're gonna have to buy and lend. You're gonna become and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder and upon thy seed forever. That's happening to you now. I don't need to charge the people to bring them to tell them, oh, we in this newfound place. We need to repent and we need to understand the word that's written already. Repent and return so we can redeem ourselves, family, as sons of God. That supersedes religion. You know what I'm saying? That's like that saying I always hear. I see kings on feet and peasants on horses. That was descriptions of us. Because you royalty, family. This ain't nothing I'm just saying. You the first family of the earth. Anybody want to debate that? Bring them to the front, family. I can prove who we are by this word. And with that, shalom. We running through the country with this. We finna go hard, and we got them clothes. On my print at? Definitely putting the prints together. I got the clothes to go with it. We finna take this thing on the road and spread this thing everywhere. That's right. The chosen seed of Israel. Black people, as you see, that's 3 layers. And what this is vinyl. That's one, two, yeah, 3 different layers of vinyl to give it that, and 3 different colors, give it that sauce. We don't want nothing bland. I see a lot of people printing and cutting. This technique I'm using, like I said, this is vinyl. This is a vinyl cut print, what you call a vinyl cut design. And when it go on that shirt, that's how it's gonna look. I don't know what kind of shirt I'm gonna put this on, but yeah, I'm making a bunch of them. Take them out there and they gonna sell. Because why? I got the truth to go with it, and people want that. This is where we at with it. This is what works, and this is what connects us. Look at Africa today under the Hebrew Act. Family, your brothers and sisters went over there and started shaking it up as far as speaking that truth, and Africa and connected with it. They coming forth because they got the raw. They got that raw information, family, that these people can't contend with. Because the people you tell, like the sons of Gad. Gad is the son of Jacob. Those people in West Africa, and they connected to our people that came over here, went to the Caribbeans. So all that, yeah, we might have been displaced for 500, 600 years or even longer, but that don't disconnect you from the root. You've been displaced, not discarded, family. You are who you are. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. The God of Israel was there before all of them, all your religion. I don't care who religion. The God of Israel was there from the beginning. Why they talking about? Well, God didn't get man. No, everything He spoke was a commandment for you to obey. That, yeah, was for spoken for you to obey, which established His word, which is law. It established perimeters. Y'all look at the Bible like it's a religion, but it's not, family. It's the law. It's the law of the universe. It's success. What you've been looking for. I know it is for me. I'm on a sabbatical with it. I ain't never coming out. And that I know it's true. Oh, they hate it. I know it's the truth. If they don't want it, that means it must be something true. It must be some truth to it. It's not what the average, it's not the consensus of the average, of your average person. You go to talk about the Bible, yeah, they get it. Yeah, they get it. But do we get it? Or we just hearing it and agreeing to it because it gives us a moment of victory. It's knowing, okay, but do you go and do your due diligence so you could become that? That's what I'm working on, family. No, I don't come before you as pretending that I'm perfect. No, this is my journey. And this is my journey to get where I'm going, where the Most High, what the Most High has established. Yeah, man plans in his heart, but it's the Most High that moves you by the Spirit, family. Now, you can be in obedience or you can reject. You just be a king with no power. That's how you light them up with the power. Do you understand who Dr. Miles Monroe was? You know how powerful he was with the understanding of kingdom, what the Messiah preached. He didn't preach no religion. The Messiah preached kingdom. He was, and Miles Monroe was so deep with it. I'm like, wow, this man literally went and taught kings biblical principles on how to rule, not just kings, but rulers, presidents, your politicians. He was using thus saith the Lord. So all that stuff about Christianity or Islam, and Christianity got to stop lying. Christianity was formed out of Judaism. Stop playing. Christianity was not there first. Christianity was formed out of. And I showed people when certain sects, like the Bible, like the Baptists, you can look that up, and they'll tell you who started it, or the Protestants, who started these movements. You know, these are movements that came from a bad source. They didn't come from thus saith the Most High. They came from the Christians, the Catholic Church. You can read it for yourself. And they put it on your people. They force your people to convert or go enslaved. And a lot of our people went into slavery. They weren't converting to no Christianity or Islam. It was Islam too that enslaved your people. Don't sleep on them. Ain't none of them getting no pass. That's not no religion for the so-called Negro. Maybe for the Hamites, but not for the Negro, which we read in the book, which we know even some Negroes went that way and lost their damn mind. But not today. Jacob woke. Jacob gonna shake the foundation of the earth because why? He gonna speak that word, and that's gonna send a vibration. You talking about a vibration? It's already in the ethers. All we gotta do is connect with it and walk in it and speak it. That's your power. Watch how they tremble. That's what they don't want you to do, brothers and sisters. Come into this knowledge of thus saith the Lord and be able to articulate and be able to administer these things. The Bible is a tool. It's your instruction. It's your constitution. It's not nothing that conforms to uh, pseudo these governments of the world or their systems or their pseudo philosophy, the philosophy of their Greek teachers and all these people. Get that out of here, man. That's trash. I don't. And anytime you hear me speak the word, you never hear me say nothing about no church father because we're not establishing no church. We're establishing a word which is coming from the kingdom. The Father is a spirit. He is not a church. When Solomon built the kingdom, he prayed that all nations would come to know the Most High in spirit and in truth. And the Messiah was there from the beginning. Exodus 15, verse 2. For all you that swear you know the book, you got to study this thing. The anointing is on Jacob. Jacob, the Most High has raised you so you can defend and prove that word. You don't buckle. You supposed to love not your life unto the death for this truth, fam. To be a witness for the God of Israel, which is the God of our ancestors, family. Don't let nobody disrespect our truth and stop looking for they even I don't care how many followers they got. That don't mean nothing. Eventually they gonna get tired of hearing them lies. Because the more we live, the more we see the truth of the Bible coming alive. And it has a redemption plan. And we see it coming alive. The protection, the hand of the Most High is on his people and on those who love him of the Gentiles. You see it. It's going to be some Gentiles there. You might as well get used to it. It's been 23 minutes. Israel, you can get used to it. They're going to be there. We transcending the physical because look at all this confusion, family. I can't learn nothing under all that, man. We got to come into the knowledge of truth, and then we're going to have to go to war with them. It's going to be spiritual warfare. It's going to be warfare to keep the truth out there by being that example so they can see. We don't fear them. And it ain't about that. It's about establishing the truth. So why? We can realize Deuteronomy 30, Jeremiah 30. What was I reading earlier? And I'm like, wow. Yesterday I made a video. I was reading Ezekiel 37. Woo! I made me some ginger root tea. I put it in the hot water, just the tea bag, put it in hot water and put a little lemon juice in there. But drink what's extracted and mixed with the water. I probably should have let that thing sit. You know how I used to shake. Hey, when you back in the 80s, if you was out there hustling, you in the kitchen. You know, I don't know why that came to my mind. I'm sitting there listening to that. I need to stop listening to Jeezy and that stuff. They don't influence me to do nothing wrong, but that music, you know, I'm a 70s baby. And I rock with them dudes, you know. I rock with them dudes heavy. As far as that energy, y'all know we was doing, you know. We wasn't running to downtown filling out no applications, you know. We was filling out, you know, we was signing on the dotted line. Unfortunately, you won't sign no contract with nothing. You know, you belong to the Most High. You got a covenant. You know, them contracts should be null and void in the dope. The people that created them, they know. People that hold the power over the levies and contracts, they know. You get a contract to do business, you got to go through the IRS. They know. They know. The Most High gave you the authority to rule or have dominion down here, family. But that we were sort of we pushed ourselves because of idolatry and hard heartedness. We broke the covenant, family. Most High can't have you around him. Remember what happened to Israel. Yeah, send them away for a time. Deuteronomy 30. Think about Jeremiah when he was warning the ancestors then. People be like, well, they went into slavery then. No, they went into a land trying to escape Babylon. Well, the Assyrian Empire, because you had Israel too. But also Babylon, same area. You know, same heathen. So we know this history, and we've been anointed. Most High's anointed heads. Jacob, you don't know Jacob. Jacob, yeah, they might, I might listen to people, but I'm not going along with that. I'm like, we need to assemble ourselves. But it's gonna take me to build that little, starting from home to with my family, those who listen. They listen to the word. My son be deaf, and he going to do his research. And I encourage him to share that with the other young brothers and sisters here around. So they'll have a heads up, know that they have a foundation as a nation of people and that they should come together. No matter where they at, your nation is first. That's what it means to take care of nation business because you got women and children. And then as a group, you move in group economics. That's how you extract power, extract the things you need. Money is attracted to what? Creation. You know? You're creative. Our people are some of the most resilient and industrious people on the face of the earth. Things I see us creating outside the box because we couldn't. We created a financial district for ourselves, financial districts, because we didn't know how to get in on the business. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of we wasn't taught that. Maybe if we was taught how what the dollar was as far as being a debt instrument and knowing, okay, if I get enough of these instruments and I use them wisely and buy me some assets, I can create some cash flow and get some tax-free cash flow going. Black people don't want to work for people all their lives. Get the hell out of here. It's time to free your mind. It's that time now. That's all that's happening, family. I'm out there tomorrow and from henceforth. I'm a merchant. So you're going to see me out there selling clothes. I got them purses. I got a whole list of purses, my guy. I got to know some other merchants, some of the brothers, Israelites, that's out here merching. You've been in the game 20, 30 years. Watch me growing up in the community, whereas I watched them growing and, becoming greater merchants, like the downtown district. And that's why I say we got our own trade. We know we don't have no interest, no way into that system. So we know how to build. We're not going to sit and wait. And it's not because of the system, it's because of we know why. And I say black folks shouldn't really be pissed off because you've never been really a part of that system, no way. You came under the pretense of being a bondman. Deuteronomy 28:68. I don't know none of them people. Yeah, they might have came indentured servants. But that was to buy their way in here because they didn't have the wealth to come with them and their family. So what they do, sold themselves as indentured servants, moved over here, got worked their ass off, and brought their families. And their families worked their ass off. And a lot of that stuff they inherited from the system. The system created. I ain't gonna say the government. The rich folk created that middle class, so they can always say, I ain't gonna say the rich folk, but those folks who had a plan to dominate. It was called a race. Race is not about prejudice. I hate your color, I hate you. No, race is a race to build and extract the wealth of this nation for free. And slavery wasn't personal. Think about it. Slavery was enacted by the Pope and the Queen of Spain. Remember, these were Spanish colonies. It was Spain who gave the British, contracts for a certain amount of time to supply slaves to the Spanish Americas. They gave it to France. They gave it to the Germans. The Germans were heavy in there on the slavery. Look it up, the Berlin Conference. Family, we got receipts. But y'all know why we use the receipt to show you. We don't use them loosely to, these people wicked, they did this, that. No, we use them to show you the receipts. So you can then go do your due diligence, and then your eyes will be open and you'll understand that you the people. You're not like no regular people. You're God's people. And you have a greater purpose. You are Deuteronomy 7 and 6. You are people that's, man, special unto him. Let me go to the word. I got to go to the word. Deuteronomy, I'm here at 28. Like, look at this. Think about it. Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way, now think about this. Israel, Jacob and his 11 sons, Joseph was already in Egypt ruling. He was the ruler in Egypt under Pharaoh. Now, remember, him and Pharaoh sent the wagons to go and pick up Jacob and his 11 children, plus their sister. They had a sister too, and their children. Remember, so when I'm reading Deuteronomy 20, I'm looking for people that went on ships, and that's not hard to fathom. But for some reason, the Christians just have to debate that, and I'm like, you Hebrew, you can't debate them. They don't have no. First of all, they don't got no script. This book was written and given to the Israelites. But yes, it's to be exposed to all nations. It's not just for, yeah, it's for Israel, but it's not just for the Hebrews. Hebrews are to be an example to teach others and to point them to the Messiah, the King. You see the order, it's order. You just not willy nilly. We're not into theology. We're not into Plato. The Christian fathers, they followed Plato. Hold on. Christian fathers followed Plato. So that means, yes, many early Christian fathers were influenced by Plato's ideas, Christian Platonism. The theological metaphysics of the great tradition, which is an understanding of creation based on the Bible and early Christianity. Apologists, these writers defended Christianity using Greek philosophy, and their writings are the basis of much of Orthodox dogma today. Augustine believed that the tenets of Platoism and Christianity were compatible. So you need to look up and see what Platoism is so you can understand the doctrine that they used to usher in this religion, to create this religion. Under what doctrine? Because a lot of those Greek doctrines, we know they was into some all type of idolatry, witchcraft, and uh into which I say witchcraft and following gods, idol gods. Because look at all the idol gods they worship. From these people, church fathers saw ancient Greek philosophy as a preparation for the gospel. Do that sound like Jacob, who the word was given to, and Israel, who the judgments and statutes and judgments were given to? No, that's the Europeans versus which are Japhet versus the Shemite people, which are Negroes, Asiatic. There you go, you Negro. So ancient Greek philosophy as a preparation for the gospel and considered both the Old Testament and Greek philosophy to be part of God's providence. I don't think so. The Old Testament, yeah, but Greek philosophy, you can see now I can tell you, you can get rid of that Christianity. It's bad. You can get rid of it in politics and you can get rid of it in the educational system because look what it produces. It don't free you to look to God as an example through Christ Jesus. No, it don't. It directs you back to a man who they followed based on a theory. A theory, family. Think about it. It wasn't based on God's law. So that's why I have a problem with your religion. Okay, some other Christian fathers who were influenced by Plato include Justus, Irenaeus, Tertullian, and Origen. While Christianity shares some features with Plato's philosophy, yes. All that Nicaea Council and all that, where do you think the philosophies and doctrines came from? When they were sitting there debating and putting together how they would, what what idolatry worship they would bring into and use as tenements of this Christianity based on this philosophy coming from people they look to who are not anointed or called in the house of Israel, for which the word come, who the word came to. Not that it negates anybody else coming to the kingdom, but the Father's about order too. Just like they put together Plato and them, the Father already had his dream team before you got here. They were already chosen. And when they came here, you know what's gonna happen. Yeah, they may have failed by they may have broke the covenant, but he's not done with them. And it's back to business. That's what y'all hearing today. That's the drum we beat. Now, as far as talking about some trying to take over Christianity, no, we don't want Christianity. That's not thus saith the Lord. As they were generally well educated, most had at least some familiarity with Plato's philosophy, and many Clement of Alexandria. They looked up to, y'all look that up, the Clement of Alexandria, Origen, Ambrose, Augustine, Basil, Gregory of Nyssa, among others, could be considered outright Platonists or Neoplatonists. These people followed Plato. They didn't follow the Levites, the sons of Moses. These are the priests. These the people that's gonna give. These the people that's the keepers of the law. That's gonna teach you the law and how to connect with the Father in truth. Where these people come from? That's why we study to show ourselves approved. How long I've been? 38 minutes. This is what's causing the great divide. This is what is going to cause a split asunder of church and people. A lot of people going to return to the book and they're going to return to the Father in truth by the Spirit. And we'll know you by your fruit, meaning the things that you do. You do in obedience to his guidelines, to the guy, to the instruction, family. Let me stop sounding like a warden over here. Your obedience to his instruction. And the more obedient we are, the more he open up our eye of understanding. And we could share more with our people and build. We got enough right now. It's go time. Now I'm gone. Shalom.